This LED cabinet light has just arrived from Amazon. It's come from a company in Germany, so it looks good quality. It's nicely packaged, and there seem to be plenty of different options within the box. Looks as if you can either run it in sections, you literally just join the lights together and then control them, or you can use them individually going around into different shelves or whatever, like in a display cabinet, which is the reason I've bought them. So let's have a look and see what's in the box. So it looks pretty comprehensive. Obviously some connectors there for putting some of the wires onto the woodwork, I guess. Some more sticky back clips, so imagine those are for tying back cables, something like that. Then there's also the metal clips and some screws in there to screw into the woodwork, and then I guess these the lights then just slip into those. Just literally, I guess, just clip into those metal fittings, which is good. So you've got joining pieces there and corners, so you can do a couple of corners, and then the rest are joiners, so you can just literally join those different bar lights to LED light strips together if you want a longer strip rather than individual ones. Those are the cables to join the individual lights together if you want to have them between different shelves, I imagine. There's the on-off switch. That's a dimmer switch as well, just on-off, not quite sure. Yeah, looks as if it's a bit of both, that one. In fact, I think that's the dimmer switch. Look at the knurled edge. And then there's the transformer and a little on-off switch there. So that looks as if you've got an on-off switch and a dimmer. So that sounds pretty good. So I'm now going to try and see whether those are going to work in my new shelves. I'll just show you what I'm aiming to do. So in here we've already had for some time some backlighting for this shelf with all the glass on, which works quite well. But then I think I've now created more of a bookcase effect above. So what I'm aiming to do is behind those green horizontal timber work, I'm going to hide these LED strip lights. So hopefully that will work and should create a nice effect. And also it'll show off hopefully the different bits of glass, porcelain, silver, etc., etc. Watch this space. To drill the final hole. So as there's quite a narrow gap between the shelves, I'm going to have to go in at an angle from underneath and just try and get it as tight into the corner there so the wiring will ultimately get hidden. So it's not so bad in this bottom one because you've got a bit more space to work with. The top ones you've got to go into a bit of an angle. This is where these smaller drills come into their own, and also they've got that useful little light on the front, which is really good. That's ready for the final cable and the final light. So just put the Velcro on the back of the light, and then we'll be ready to pop that up. These are the Velcro hook and loop pads that I've been using. They're 25mm square. They're probably a bit strong for what we need. Maybe you could probably almost cut these in half, but anyway, the beauty of this is that I think at least I can take it off and on if I need to. I imagine I probably won't need to, but it does give you that option. But as I say, they come with self-adhesive strips or metal clips, whichever you can fit into your scenario. So there we are. I've put the Velcro pads on. What I do is I stick one on and then stick its opposite number on top with the sticky side up, and then I'm ready to go. I find it easier to put the wires in before I actually fix this into position, and then it's easier to find the holes. So here we go, we're going to go up the ladder again now. I've also taken off the film which was on here to protect this, so don't forget to take that off as well. Right, going up the ladder, it's always very exciting for people to watch, so hopefully you won't see much more than my head. I'm just going to put the final wire through the hole up here, which you probably can't see very easy because my body's in the way. There's the hole I chopped through there, so I'm just going to put that through there. It goes through a bit of an angle, this one. I went for the 10mm holes because it just gives it that little tiny bit of breathing space to get through. So there we go, it goes up there. Can't find it now, there it is. That's there. Pull that through. Plug it in, and then if you plug it in and then just push it firmly into position, because it does go a little bit further than you think. And then I'm just going to put that up behind the this top picture area, or architrave, whichever way you look at it. Architrave, strictly speaking, I guess, or moulding, whatever you want to call it. I've tried to put the lights in as evenly as possible. They're about 30 centimetres long, so I've put them towards the centre of the each of the sections. So hopefully it'll give a fairly even light. So I'll have the switch on now. Try and just pull this back a bit, and then you'll hopefully be able to get the full impact. Obviously got those wires to hide away, and obviously a lot of clearing up to do. But anyway, let's just pull this back. So that's now all backlit. Just got to hide the cables. One final hole to drill in just there to hide that dimmer switch. It's quite a clever system. It's got a dimmer switch on it as well, and an on-off switch, and gives you quite a lot of flexibility. If I turn the light on now, I don't think the sensor on the camera can pick up the lighting very well, so it's not great. You may be able to see this a bit more easily against this background. You see there's that little sort of loop there in the centre which goes down like that. So when you click that shut, basically compresses against the wire, and then that holds the wire in good position. The other thing is it's got the sticky back, so very good adhesion on there to most surfaces, I guess. So that's really useful. The other one that's quite clever is, I hadn't come across these before, but you may be familiar with them, but another way for holding a cable in, basically that just goes through there, and you just pull it to however you want it to be in terms of the cables, thickness of the cable. Just keep pulling, and then it locks in position, and then you can just cut the tail off. Once again, it's got a 3M sticky back, and that will stick to most surfaces, but that's another really good way of keeping the cables tidy. Excellent. So that's now all pretty well illuminated. There is a dimmer switch on there as well, which is quite useful. So you've got that facility. I've managed to hide most of the wires pretty well, apart from the one at the bottom, but I've got to just tiddle that into the other mains power connector. And hopefully we can just have a bit of a clean up with the old vacuum, and then we should be good to put our decanters and silver and whatever back on. So it should hopefully look quite nice. I'll just show you the dimmer switch, which I'm sure you're familiar with, dimmer switches. I've hidden it just under here, so hopefully I can still twiddle it. That's it. goes down, down, down. And there is also an on-off. We've also got an on-off switch here, which is useful. And there's also an extension piece in the wire here, from here to here. So that just makes it a bit longer, which is sometimes quite useful. So I have thought this through pretty well. So I'm very impressed by this kit, I must admit. This is the difference where you have no LED lighting. So you have to see what you think. Make your own mind up what you like, what suits you best. There we are, certainly illuminates it all. Bit of a mishmash of bits and pieces, but anyway, you can always move it around a bit and put some more bits in there. Go to a few more auctions, see if I can find a few odds and sods.